talk to me throughout the dinner portion. My name is Almanza. I am a first-year scholar here at Greenhouse, and I attend Loyola University Chicago in Rogers Park, and I'm studying political science and global and international studies with a concentration in Latin America and hopefully a minor in nonprofit studies and nonprofit management. So thank you for being here. So to start off with a little bit of background, I come from the northern suburbs of Illinois. I was born in Libertyville, Illinois, but I grew up most of my life in Grays Lake, Round Lake Beach area, which is a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, specifically Round Lake Beach. And I was raised by an immigrant household, so composed of my mom, both of my grandparents, and my young aunt and uncle, and I love them to death. They worked tirelessly 7 days a week to put me through preschool and then throughout my entire grade school, and I couldn't be more thankful for them. And my grandparents and my mother persevered throughout their responsibilities in order to provide me with education. Although both of my grandparents and my mother had a lot of health complications throughout their life, they did everything possible to work those 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours to be there for me and make sure that I had every resource to my disposal. So I'm very thankful for them. So throughout high school, I attended Grays Lake North High School up in the suburbs, and many of the service efforts that I aimed at advocating for was specifically for minoritized students within my district, as well as the larger undocumented community within Lake County. And in my sophomore year of high school, I founded a small group within a family resource center, Mano Mano Family Resource Center, up in now Zion and Round Lake Beach, in where I coordinated a lot of variety of information sessions for the undocumented community on Miranda rights and how to apply for DACA, the importance of knowing what's going on within our country, specifically immigration news, and making sense of it. I also talked a lot about our rights within a larger community, so what to do if you're stopped by a police officer, and some of the most heartbreaking cases that I did work with and was advised, by a lot of lawyers and a lot of people were helping me with is putting together information binders for families in case of a deportation that was sudden. So for example, some of these women would come in and say, what would happen to my children if one day I was stopped for not having a driver's license? Who would my children go to? What do I have to do to prepare? And it's one of the most heartbreaking situations is dealing with those families that are truly in distress. So that was one of my main passions, is making sure that they felt safe and were leaning into prevention. Another thing that I founded throughout my high school career was a group named Woke, and we were a group of high school students very concerned with the heightened political tension within our school, and we're really worried for some of the students undergoing bullying as a result of some turmoil within our community in late 2016. So we put together this group to advocate for these students and make sure that there was a diversity committee within our school and our Board of Education, and we were successfully able to do that while at the same time amplifying the voices of minority students and making sure that their concerns were heard by the school board. And this was also very helpful, as I was also on the Board of Education of District 127, which is the Grays Lake District, and I also participated on the Principals Advisory Board and was overall just active within the administration. And I'm very thankful for my time there because I learned a lot about managing people and making sure that our community was well served. So it's been taking me a little bit to acclimate to college life, but I've made sure to get involved right away. One of the things that I've been most proud of getting involved with is a program here in Loyola called Empowerment Pipeline, which is a group of students called advocates. We come together and we invite students from Sen High School and CPS backgrounds, kids, and we take them to tour campus. We tell them about different scholarship resources, and Greenhouse has been one of the ones that I've been trying to get the word out about, and we overall just help mentor them and promote a lot of these opportunities that might go under the radar because they're very bright kids. They have a passion for college and higher education, and we just want them to feel confident within that by also doing a lot of like self-reflection exercises and making sure that they, even though they might come from a low-income background, that they belong in an academic space such as Loyola. So yeah, I've also began official training to become an official campus ally for undocumented students through their Share the Dream program, which is amazing. Once completing that training, I'll be able to be one of those people that students can come and rely on and really lend a helping hand. So through becoming a Greenhouse Scholar and learning about all the amazing opportunities that they do have for students like us, and I'm currently in first year, so I'm getting little by little learning more about what they do to serve students like me. It's really inspired me in looking at the behind the scenes of everything, and inspired me to go into nonprofit management and seeing what I could do for students that 10, 20 years later are in my position, and looking towards higher education as a way of not exactly escaping their communities, but helping build upon them and making them even more great than they already are. So yeah, especially when it comes to advocating for minority populations and their right to equitable education, that's something that I would love to explore in the future. And their grace in providing students with the support that they need, faced with the many challenges that accompany the pursuit of higher education, has truly made me reflect on my purpose and my role, both within the nonprofit world later on, and also the political system, as I am a poli-sci major and I'm super interested in that field. So thank you so much for being here tonight, and hope you enjoy the rest.